Day 2 of the Barcelona World Sbk test saw just 3 hours of dry track time before heavy rain took over the Barcelona Catalan circuit, forcing teams to get plenty of early laps in, independently of whether they later opted to venture out onto the wet track or not. Toprak Razgatlioglu bounced back after what he claimed was a disappointing opening day to take top spot overall with a blistering lap time of 1 minute 40.571 seconds, the second faster than his race lap record from 2021. World champions continued their work on electronics and a new exhaust amongst other items, as well as fitting some accelerometers on the R1s for extra development data. Andrea Locatelli also continued his preparations for the season, 42 laps completed and the 11th best time overall. Moving to the Aruba Ducati box, where Alvaro Bautista had to settle for second position on the timesheet after 67 laps completed. The Spaniard was able to test the V4R in wet conditions for the first time since returning to the Bologna Bullets, while also getting some extra information in the dry. Swing arm adjustments and inside forks have been the focus for the team in Barcelona, including for Michael Ruben Rinaldi's side. The Italian rider limited his running to the dry track after a positive race pace test in the morning. There was more of a mixed bag over at Team HRC, who beyond their development work with their 2022 Showa and Nissan items have also brought some double air ducts to Barcelona, perhaps with hotter days in mind. Iker Lecuona posted the third fastest lap of the day, improving his fastest lap from the day before by over a second, and one of only 5 men under the race lap record. Xavi Vierque, on the other hand, saw his afternoon cut short by a high side on the exit of turn 12. The Spanish rider was transported shortly after to a local hospital for further assessments. The Kawasaki racing team opted to finish their test shortly after the rain arrived, saving a half day in their test and allocation for further use. Jonathan Rea claimed 4th spot on the timesheets after just over 30 laps, with the Northern Irishman focusing on his race starts on Saturday, as well as a small balance change to his ZX-10RR. Alex Lowe's also limited his running to 36 laps, still working on improving his mechanical grip after going through most of their test items on Friday. Over to BMW, whose focus with Scott Redding over both days has been to refine an M1000RR package, which should be very similar to the one we'll see in 2 weeks' time for the season opener at Aragon. Redding managed to drop into the 141s in the morning, improving his fastest lap time from the day before, while Ilya Mikhalczyk continued to learn his way around the World Sbk spec bike, finding nearly a second on his fastest lap time from the day prior. Top of the independent riders on Saturday was once again Garrett Gerloff, who collected some data regarding the electronics of his R1 in the wet conditions before an early finish, after what has been a busy testing season for the American. 5th position on the timesheet and 62 laps completed for Gerloff on Saturday, with teammate Kota Nozane down in 13th and a second behind. Philipp Bertel was one rider looking forward to a downpour on Saturday, with the German rider ready to test his skills in the wet on a superbike for the first time. 9th overall concluded a positive day for the rookie. Lucas Mayas rounded out the top 10, a mere 9 thousandths of a second behind Ertel, continuing his work on Puchetti's seemingly positive change to Öhlins suspensions, while Eugene Lavity and Loris Baz continued their separate testing programs with a Bonovo Action BMW squad, setting around 30 laps apiece. Rounding out the test on the timesheets were the rookies Luca Bernardi, Oliver Koenig and Havish Siarin, with Loris Cresson limited to 22 laps on his Team Pedicini Kawasaki. On the World Supersport side of things, Nicola Bulaga was once again the fastest man in dry conditions, taking his Ducati V2 down to 0.3 of a second faster than the race lap record. Further improvements were made by Rafa de Rosa after a tough first day in Barcelona, with Ollie Bayliss rounding out the Supersport riders present here on Saturday. That's it from Catalonia. The next stop will feature the full Superbike grid at Motorland Aragon. The 2022 season is upon us.